everybody, this is Margaret. I want to welcome you back to our Hebrew Word Discovery Series, Eberith, the letters. This is our third class. We are in Unit 3, and we are going to talk about Tet, Yod, Kaf, and Lamed. This unit begins on page 44, and we are going to look at page 45. On page 45, you see the letter that is named Tet, T-E-T-H. It gives us the T sound. We have a couple of letters that have the T sound. This is sort of a Tet with an H in there sometimes. It has a meaning that it was assigned the meaning of winding. When you look at the letter, it's circular with an X through it, and it has been assigned a numerical value of 9. Here's the slide that shows you the difference between the Eberith and the modern Hebrew symbol for the letter Tet. Now the letter Tet has additional meanings. So our main meaning is winding, but it's also known as surround, basket, snake, to twist, a coiling. So all of those meanings do kind of go with the word winding around a basket. Our next letter on page 45 is Yod. Yod is used a lot in Eberith. It has the Y sound to it. It also is a vowel. The meaning for Yod is hand, and it represents the numerical value of 10. Here we see the Yod in Aramaic, or modern Hebrew, and the Yod in Eberith. We have some additional meanings for the letter Yod: closing hand, work, a deed done, a finished work. So these are all things that you do with your hands, right? You do a deed, you finish a work, your hand closes when it grabs hold of something. So yeah, it's all about the letter Yod. Now if you go to page 47 and 48, you can practice writing these letters, and of course we go right to left. And so one is the circle with the X through it, so you want to make the best circle you can. And the Yod, it just reminds me of a character running, right? It just a little bit like a Z with another line. It looks like they're running. To me, it looks like it's running. So I'll let you practice that for just a minute before we move on. You can stop the video and then come back in a minute. That'll be fine. Okay, here we go. Let's continue. We're going to look at some vocabulary words for Tet and Yod. We are first looking at a word called tanaf, defile or soil, number 2936. And you can write the letters on the line there going right to left, and it is Tet, Nun, Pei. Tet, Nun, Pei. You can find these letters on your letter chart. You have not had some of them yet. Pei is about a fourth of the way up from the bottom of your chart. And Nun is just a couple letters up from there. Nun represents the N, and Pei represents P. Okay, our next word for Tet is tahor. It means clean or pure, number 2889. Tahor. It is spelled Tet, Hey, Ua, Resh. You've had the Ua, you've had the Hey. Resh you've had once before. That is an R. It's the third line up from the bottom of your chart. Tet, Hey, Ua, Resh. Okay, got that? Let's go on. Our next word is tafal. Tafal. That is to smear glue. To smear like glue. To smear glue. Okay, that's number 2950. And that is spelled Tet, Pei, Lamed. Tet, Pei, Lamed. The Pei also represents the F sound, and we will get to that in a little bit. But tafal. Now we'll move over to page 50, and we're going to look at 3 Yod vocabulary words, and remember that Yod is a vowel. The first word that we have is yam, and that's a little bit too English. We got to get that W sound in there, so yum, yum is more likely the way to say it, and it is spelled Yod Mem. Yod Mem. Got to get the yaw, the Y-A-W sound. Yamen, yamen. The Strong's number for yam is 3220. You really get to exercise your cheek muscles when you talk, Eberith, because they really pronounce everything, right? You'll get narrow cheeks. Your cheeks will get thin. Okay, our next word is yashar. Yashar for straight, number 3477. And it is spelled Yod, Shin, Resh. Yod, Shin, Resh. You can kind of see what the shin represents. It's that SH sound. Shah, Yashar. But we will get to it. It's further down the list. And our last word that we have with Yod is Yamin. Yamin. Yamin, that means 3 Israelites. And that is number 3226. 3 Israelites. That is spelled Yod, Mem, Yod, Noon. A little example of the fact that we use Yod quite a bit, twice in that particular word. Now we're going to move on to page 51 and look at the letter Kaf. It has the K sound. Its numerical value is 20. So you can see that we jumped from a numerical value of 10 to 20, right? When we look back here at Yod, it was a numerical value of 10. So we're not going to 11, we're going to 20. So from 10 to 20. So that's the numerical value of 20. Has the K sound, and it is a bent hand. Here we have the slide with the Eberith letter and the Aramaic Hebrew letter. You to see the difference and recognize. Now we will look at some more meanings that have been assigned to the word Kaf, to the letter Kaf. And that is palm of your hand, palm of hand, a wing, to open hand, to cover, power to suppress or lift up. Those are additional meanings that have been assigned to that letter. Now we'll move forward to Lamed. And Lamed has the L sound. And it means to goad. To goad is to kind of like aggravate, right? It has a numerical value of 30. Sorry. On this slide, you can see the comparison between the Aramaic letter and the Eberith letter. The Aramaic letter really looks like some of the additional meanings, and those additional meanings are staff. So to me, the Aramaic kind of looks like a walking stick or a staff. It's kind of bent, so you hold it and then walk with it. It also has an additional meaning of control, to prod, urge forward, or to urge toward, urge forward or to urge toward something. On page 53 and 54, we'll take a few minutes for you to practice writing the letters, so you can turn off the audio, and I'll be here when you get back. Okay, welcome back. Now we're going to look at some vocabulary words that goes with these letters. So for the kaf, we have kafar, which means appease, number 3722. And the spelling that we're going to write these letters on the line, we're going to go right to left, and it is kaf, pei, resh, kafar. Our next word is Cain, and that is meaning base, right, honest, number 3653A. So in Strong's, they will have a word, and then they may have 2 or 3 words after it that are based out of the first word, and they put an A or a B beside it. So this one is 3653A. So if you wanted to look it up to be sure we have the right understanding of this word, you go to 3650A, but then you go forward another slide in Strong's. All right, we're going to spell Cain. It's Kaf Noon. It's almost like shorthand, right? Almost. And then we have the word Kala, and that is a bride or a daughter-in-law. Number 3618. And it is spelled Kaf Lamed Hey. Hey's got that AH sound, that ha, Kala. All right. On page 56, we're going to look at some vocabulary words for the letter Lamed. Lamed represents the L for us. The first one we're looking at is labar, and that is heart, number 3826. And it is spelled Lamed, Bet, Hey. We have not had bet for a few minutes, or a couple of videos ago. So you might want to look back up at your card to see how the bet is formed, or maybe you've been practicing your letters and you know exactly how it's formed. Our next word is lamad, which means learn, number 3925. And we'll come down here and we will write the letters for Lamad, and Lamad, and that is Lamed Mem Dalet. Lamed Mem Dalet. You have to really pronounce your words in Eberith. Maybe after we get used to it, we won't be so aware of what we're saying, because it'll be second nature. But right now, as you get started, you have to really work at it. Lamad. Unless maybe you've had several languages in your life and this is not a problem for you. Okay, our next word, leum. Might be leom, possibly long O, leom. And that means nation or peoples, a people group, a nation of people, not just 10 people went to the store, a people like a nation. So like the people of the United States are a people group. We are a mixed bunch, but we are a people group. People of Ireland are a people group, right? They're probably all mixed too now. Everybody's mixed all over the world. And that is just fine. We all belong to Yahuwah, so it's okay. The Laom is number 3816, and it is spelled Lamed Aleph Mem. Lamed Aleph Mem. I like writing the Lamed, and I like writing the Mem. Those are my favorite letters to write. All right, now that we've experienced a couple of vocabulary words, we're going to try some Unit 3 practice skills. So on page 59, it's time to write the alphabet again in order. So you get lots of practice. So on page 59, you'll start with Aleph and move from right to left, and then come back over to the right and pick up the next letter over to the left, and then on to the third line from the right over to the left. So we'll give you a few minutes to do that. You can turn off the video and come back when you get done. Okay. Now we're going to draw a line to match the letter to its sound. This is on page 61 of your workbook. You need to draw a line from tet to the letter in the flower that makes the sound for tet. Next you have yod, kaf, and lamed. Moving on to page 62, we would like you to put the letter in the block that goes with the comment. So I am tet. What do I look like? Draw me in the box. I am kaf. Draw me in the box. I am yod. Draw me in my box. Well, I am lamed. Draw me in my box. We'll look at the answers here in a few minutes. Not to worry. Okay, I know we have just completed page 62, but I'd like you to jump over to page 65, and we will do this first. Now, each letter has a main meaning, and we want to identify the main meaning for each word in the block on page 65. So when you think about tet, what is the main meaning for that letter? Then we have yod. If you have your flashcards out, you may find them helpful when answering these questions. Kaf, what is the main meaning of the letter kaf? And the main meaning for the letter lamed. Okay, once you have those in there, we'll check them in a little bit. I would now like to jump back to page 63 and 64. And you will work on this and then come back and we'll look at the answers. But on page 63, you will look at the Hebrew word, try to remember what the English word is, and then write the Hebrew word in Eberith on your paper. So you may need to go back and forth through the pages to get this done. If you have already printed out and cut up your vocabulary words for this unit. Those flashcards will help you as you do this worksheet. It's just a thought that might work for you. And after doing that, there's 12 words here, and you will find them in this word search. So they are hiding in there, and I know you will do a great job finding them. So if you go ahead and work on these couple of sheets and come back when you're finished, and we will talk about the answers. All right, welcome back. Now, let's see if we can find our answers and see what we have accomplished or what we need to study some more. So we are looking, in my book, I'm looking on page 139. And I'm going to look first at the answers for matching up the sounds and the order of the alphabet, those types of pages before we go to the word search. So looking at the sounds, we see that tet goes with the letter T. Yod is matched up with the Y. Kaf is matched up with the K. And Lamed matches up with the L. And hopefully you got your alphabet right. So that would be Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Ua, Zion, the Z, Zion, and Het. And then our new letters, Tet, Yod, Kaf, and Lamed. So that's the answers there. Now looking at the answers for I am Yod, did you put the right icon in there for the letter Yod? The same with Kaf and Tet and Lamed. You'll have to check and see if your letter icons match what's on the screen. We'll take a look at the main meanings of the word. We have winding for Tet, hand for Yod, bent hand for Kaf, and goad for Lamed. All right. Now we're going to jump over. I have page 134, and that is where I see the answers to the worksheet and the answers to the word search. This looks pretty easy this time. Only one went from bottom to top, and the rest were normal right to left. I hope you were able to find all those words. If you find that you did not find one of those words, then go back down to your chart and see if you had the Eberith spelling of it correct. And I hope as you do these word searches that you actually repeat the names of the letters to yourself. That will help give you practice and help your memory. All right. So there we have it for unit number 3. Exciting stuff. We're all done with that. We'll come back. We'll come back to the next lesson, unit 4. We will meet Mem, Nun, Zamek, and Ian. Or Ian, however you want to say it. So I will see you in the next video for unit 4. Thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic day. Continue to practice your letters and your vocabulary. See you soon.